Hello, everybody. Welcome to another amazing episode of Use Connect. I'm Aiden.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
I'm Nibras.
And I'm Logan.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody, for a very quiet intro to Youth Connect. I have no idea what just happened, but it definitely did happen. I will warn everybody in advance. It is very sad, but if you guys know, Jeffrey will not be for this episode of Youth Connect. He has a very important event, and you know what? It is okay. Of course, I'm going to be sad that I won't hear any live music, but we have got a bunch of amazing stuff to share with you guys today. So I should probably go over it because I always have to for every single episode. What in the world is Youth Connect? Well, Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. And everyone here is ready to share with you guys some amazing news, whether it be gaming news, some world news, some good story news, maybe a bit of cooking knowledge as well. But I know it's going to be a show that you are going to absolutely love. Now, with Youth Connect, this is not your average kind of news broadcast, because the first thing that we always have to start off with is a little bit odd. And you know what it's going to be? It's going to be some gaming news. Okay, guys, so let's talk about our gaming news. So what's the first thing on our gaming news? We always have to go with our Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what is Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, basically, it's a game that I want to shine the spotlight on, and it's a game that's either come out recently, a game that is coming out, or an old classic. And actually, I'm going to talk about a game that is actually currently, if you guys do search this up, has been getting reviewed bombed. Salty people and salty players not paying attention and using their brains. It's really weird how people don't use their brains, but this game looks absolutely brilliant. Don't let those reviews fool you, because those people are not using it. Today's Spotlight Game of the Week is called Lords of the Fallen. So what is Lords of the Fallen? Well, I want to first say this, guys. I am a big Souls-like fan. I love Dark Souls. I love the games that make it very hard and very interesting to play. And this game follows that exact same formula. What is Lords of the Fallen? Well, it introduces an all-new epic RPG adventure in a vast interconnected world with more than 5 times larger than the original game. But guys, what's the story? After an age of the cruelest tyranny, the demon god Aiden was finally defeated, but gods do not fall forever. Now, eons later, Aiden's resurrection draws nigh as one of the fabled Dark Crusaders journey through both the realms of the living and the dead. And in this expansive RPG experience, featuring colossal boss battles, fast challenging combat, and thrilling combat characters and character encounters, and of course, the deep immersive storytelling, will your legend be one of light or one of darkness? So I love this game because it kind of tackles 2 different worlds you're going to be exploring: the world of the living and the world of the dead. And with your character, there is going to be including a bunch of awesome things. You're going to be journeying across 2 expansive parallel worlds in your epic quest to overthrow Aiden. While the living realm presents its own brutal challenges, untold terrors lurk in the nightmarish realm of the dead. You can fully customize your character's appearance from a wide array of visual options before selecting one of your nine character classes. Whichever starting path you take, developing your character to your own play style by upgrading their stats, their weapons, their armor, and even their spells. But this game has quite interesting thing, because I was reading it, I was checking this game out, and it has over 100 uniquely brutal weapons to forego metal for magic with devastating attacks of the arcane. So over 100 options, guys. And basically, you're going to be learning about this game. And obviously, if you guys know, with every Souls-like game, you have the ability to, once you die, you can rise again in the world of the dead. So guys, think about it. When you die in the world of the living, you'll come back alive in the world of the dead. Travel through the world of the dead to get back to the world of the living to retrieve your stuff. So this game's quite interesting. It kind of tackles this living and dead components. If you die, you're going to have to go all the way back from the dead, back to the living, and do it all over again. So this game says you got to do it over and over again. And over time, you will find these forgotten places and unearthed fabled treasures and even learn the ways to manipulate the very soul of your foe. Woo! Obviously, this has a co-op mode as well. And again, like I said, guys, don't listen to the review bombs. They're bombing this with only having it at 5 out of 10 stars. But listen, IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. And from what I saw, you should also give it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to be playing it when it comes out, or technically it came out today. So I'm going to have to wait till it goes on sale. Then I'm going to be playing it. But if you do have the money to get it on day release, then check out Lords of the Fallen because it looks brilliant. Listen, I follow all Dark Souls or all Souls-like games. So if you ever want to know about more Dark Souls games or any games that are related to the Souls-like genre, let me know. Comment it down below, and I will definitely talk about it. Anyways, though, next up, don't worry, guys. You might not have heard Kevin in the intro, but we do have Kevin sharing us some interesting facts of the day and, of course, some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to You Connect with me, Kevin Original. So with that being said, let's get right into the headlines. The Toronto City Council approves hike in the vacant home tax amid scarcity of housing. A group of Ontario drivers protesting mass termination from U.S.-Canada delivery company months after forming union. Major Canadian grocers won't confirm discounts price freezes that is promised on last week. And Toronto Maple Leafs signed towards Noah Gregor to 1-year contract. The Toronto City Council voted on Wednesday to increase the vacant home tax from 1% to 3% as the city tries to tackle the housing crisis. A motion from Chow to pass any additional revenue generated from the 2023 vacant home tax to the multi-unit residential acquisition program passed on 23rd out of 1. The newer program is designed to preserve the existing supply of affordable rental housing in the city by having the city purchase market rental buildings in danger of being converted to condos. The vacant home tax requires residential property owners in Toronto to make a yearly declaration about whether the property was vacant or occupied each year. It requires that homeowners pay a 1% tax on the assessed value of the property if it was vacant for 6 months or longer. The tax was adopted in 2021. It came into effect last year. Council asked staff to report back by the end of 2023 with funding for the first full year of tax collection and made recommendations for any changes. For 2022, there were 2,336 property owners who declared their residential units vacant, while 44,902 other properties were deemed vacant by the city because no declaration was made. 8 declarations received through complaints processed by August reduced the number of homes deemed vacant to 17,437. For nearly 2 weeks, a group of more than 20 former delivery drivers have been protesting what they call a mass termination, executed by their employer just months after the workers have started by with a local union. Dan O'Hara worked at a Bolt, a U.S.-Canadian delivery service for a little over a year, when he was terminated on September 28th alongside 22 of his colleagues. The terminations come after the group of workers voted to unionize in June, and amid the process are bargaining the first collective agreement. While there is nothing to indicate direct causations between the group's organization efforts and their termination, they say the timing has left them deflated and with more questions than answers. The drivers were all based at our warehouse in Vaughan, Ontario, located on Woodbine Avenue and Elgin Mills Road East, and were responsible for providing last-mile delivery service in the Greater Toronto Area, using a fleet of electric vehicles. In June, the group of workers had voted on 26 out of 2 to certify Teamsters Local 938, a union representing more than 10,000 workers across hundreds of industries in Ontario. They were in the process of bargaining for their first collective agreement when they were terminated. The workers said they will continue to protest until Goldbolt offers to begin the positions back. The major grocers in Canada are not yet confirming whether they have committed to special promotions to stabilize grocery prices, and was recently promised by the federal government. Industry Minister Francois Philippe Champagne announced last week that the grocers have precedent initial plans to stabilize prices, which include discounts, price freezes, and price matching campaigns. The Canadian press has reached out to to grocers, Loblaw, Empire, Metro, Walmart, and Costco to confirm what exactly each of them has promised to do. Metro declined to comment, while Loblaw, Empire, and Costco have not responded to the request for information. In a written response, a spokeswoman from Walmart Canada said the companies plan to keep offering everyday low prices, which refers to Walmart's strategy of offering low prices on a regular basis, rather than on promotional only. The federal government gave an ultimatum to grocers in September, saying they should present plans to stabilize grocery prices by Thanksgiving or face potential tax measure consequently. In August, the annual rate of food inflation was 13.6% in the United Kingdom and 9.8% in the Eurozone. In sports news, the Toronto Maple Leafs has signed forward Noah Gregor to a one-year contract worth of $775,000. The 25-year-old Gregor spent part of 4 seasons with the San Jose Sharks, after winning 51 points in his 178 games. He had 10 goals and 7 assists in 57 games last season in San Jose. Gregor attended training camp in Toronto after agreeing to a professional tryouts offer with the Leafs in September. He scored a goal and added 2 assists in 5 preseason games for Toronto. The Sharks selected Gregor in the 4th round of the 2016 NHL Draft. In today's weather forecast, we've got a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. The temperature is now 14 degrees. And tomorrow we'll get another mix of sun and clouds. The temperature will be 12 degrees. And now for a new topic for an interesting fact. I'm going to talk about my favorite vegetable of all time is carrots. I love carrots. But what is carrots? But I'm going to give you some facts. A carrot is not a vegetable. Okay, this one doesn't apply only to carrots, but I think it's safe to say you will not encounter another partygoer who wouldn't situate carrots firmly in the vegetable category. But you can blow their mind by inviting them to the fact that there was no such thing as a vegetable. Seriously. But technically speaking, there is no part of a plant named vegetable. When consuming a plant, we are either eating its root, shoot, stem, leaf, flower bud, or flower, or seed pods, or even seed. In this case of a carrot, we must commonly eat the root. And the second fact is the root is not the only edible part of a carrot. Sure, the root is the most substantive part, but carrot leaves, flowers, and seeds are also edible and tasty. Carrot leaves can be made into delicious pesto. Carrot flowers are beautifully endangered and make a great addition to salads or can even be made into jelly. Carrots smell divine and are used to flavor foods. They are used by medicines in several cultures as well. At least but not least, the last fact was the carrots were not originally orange. In fact, orange carrots were relatively late from the carrot breeding game. Domesticated carrots came from the wild plant Queen Anne's lace, which has white roots. Purple carrots were common even 1,000 years ago in what is now Afghanistan, when yellow carrots could follow in the 1500s. Some indigenous folks in Afghanistan still use purple and white carrots to make a strong alcoholic beverage. It wasn't until the 1600s that some enterprising Dutch or some cultures begins breeding orange carrots in the earnest. Some say out of a sense of a nationalistic pride, but that is just her say. Regardless, the growing diversity of rainbow carrots isn't anything particularly new. It's simply what observant gardeners have been doing for more than a millennium now. So, we have come to the end of my segment. Tune in for next week's news, weather, and a very interesting fact. And I'm sending you Back to Aiden. See you next Friday.
So interesting factor, guys, about carrots is that everybody tells me that carrots make you and your eyesight very helpful. They say that carrots help your body because did you guys know that carrots are the main source of vitamin A? They contribute to over 184% of your daily value of vitamin A. That is incredible. That's a lot of carrots, I must say. So I will say for everyone that is here, so I'm going to be asking you, Logan, and you, Joshua, and you, Nibras, what is your favorite form of carrot? Because listen, there's a lot of form of carrots, but if I'm being real with you, my favorite thing to eat is a carrot cake. But my favorite thing to look at is carrot juice because it's truly amazing to see that when you blend it, it is just a bright orange. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, I'd also say that carrot cake would be my favorite form, especially if it's got that cream cheese icing.
Oh, you know what? Listen. I know carrots are supposed to be healthy, and carrot cake is definitely not one of those healthy options. But listen, it's called guilty pleasures for a reason, and trust you me, whenever I get carrot cake, I definitely feel a little bit guilty, especially when I get to have that delicious carrot cake. Now, what about you? What about you, Nebraska? What's your favorite form of carrot?
Like carrot cake, of course. Also, carrot cupcakes are really good too. They're the same
Ooh.
form, yeah. But yeah, the small form cupcakes, so they taste pretty good too.
You know what? It's definitely delicious to make your own version of carrot cake because that means you can grate your own carrots, or let's say you have farm fresh carrots, you can grate it into a beautiful carrot cake. Joshua, do you have a favorite form of carrot?
I would have to go with Nibras on this one. Carrot cake.
All right. That sounds delicious. And obviously, we'll have to thank Kevin. So thank you so much, Kevin. And now I'm going to bring you your next gaming news. And this is quite interesting, guys, because this is not your average gaming news, because it is quite shocking from what I'm reading. Because listen, I am not a big fan of the sports games. Sports games are a little bit confusing to me. It's pretty much like if you're just playing real life as a video game. And I think that's a little bit weird. But EA is going to be releasing a new soccer game that's going to be a bit different from most of its countless sports releases. That's because unlike FIFA or Madden, its upcoming FC Tactical is a turn-based RPG like soccer game featuring magical seeming special moves. That is really weird, but really intriguing. So announced on October the 11th, EA's FC Tactical is a free-to-play soccer game for mobile devices launching in 2024. But to be clear, this game isn't replacing their FC Mobile 24 Soccer, the pre-existing EA soccer game on phones that play like the console version. Instead, FC Tactical is something very different. Described by EA in a press release, it is a turn-based game that will contain over 5,000 authentic players across 10 leagues, including Premier and League One. And according to EA, matches are simulated with turn-based opportunities where players will choose to attack, defend, or pull off skill moves, or take shots at scoring a goal. Screenshots like the one that is right here reveals an interface that looks a lot like other turn-based strategy games, but most importantly, as you see by the image that I have right beside me, looks like he's about to release a super duper power move that's going to like shoot a flaming ball of fire. So it says that FC Tactical will feature a variety of modes, including online friend matches, ranked play, leagues, and guilds. And folks will have to train players to master high skill moves or unlock special traits. That sounds like a lot for this really weird soccer RPG. And things get even weirder when you get to look at some of the screenshots featured on the game's website and the Google Play Store page. I recommend looking it up, guys, because some of the images show soccer players pulling off, well, I mean, if I had to really describe it, special attack, complete with like these Look at this, guys. Or is it here? Yeah, it's here. Look at this. What's happening right now? Why is there like magical beams of energy coming off of this player? Like, is he about to like fire a giant meteor onto the earth? Like, what is going on here? Is this what soccer's about? Did soccer turn into this? Apparently, but you know what, guys? Here, I have a huge expectation. I expect that one of these players has to summon massive monsters to help them score a goal. If they don't summon like Godzilla to just like shoot a shot into the goal, I'm not gonna touch this game. But if they do have it, that would be amazing. But honestly, guys, make sure to check out FC Tactical. Look it up online, check it out, because honestly, this game looks absolutely ridiculous, but also really funny. Anyways, though, let's keep the train moving. And next up is Joshua with some good story news. And I can't wait to hear the fan favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Uconnect now for a good news story. An off-duty Air Force captain proved himself worthy of his rank after conducting a daring rescue of a fallen hiker on the half-dome rock formation of the Yosemite National Park. Captain Joshua Haveman, 60th Air Evacuation Squadron, was hiking the famous peak in September when he saw climbers slip in wet conditions and fall perhaps as many as 80 feet down onto a dangerous ledge. Without hesitation, Haveman took action faced with harsh winds, slippery rock, and hail. He made a decision to venture outside the permanent cable cars to reach the fallen climber. Travis Air Force Base wrote in a statement, "His climbing experience and extensive medical training proved invaluable in this life-or-death situation. Using makeshift splints fashioned from sticks, Haveman provided crucial first aid to the injured climber by securing the fracture and wrapping his injured ankle with a bandage. To shield the climber from the harsh elements and apparent shock, Haveman covered the climber with his jacket while organizing a call to search and rescue. With the help of the park ranger, emergency medical technician, and other climbers, they were able to make an improvised pulley system to lower him 30 feet down. Ultimately, the climber was medically evacuated via helicopter and received the critical medical attention he urgently required. Without Haveman's swift and selflessness actions, the outcome could have been far more tragic. It's safe to say on behalf of the injured climber and everyone else in the country, it's fortunate when we have people like Captain Haveman working and walking among us. His bravery and resourcefulness are a credit armed force and the country at large." Now for another good news story. In LaPorte, Indiana, a pair of police officers are being recognized as life-saving heroes after they rescue a suicidal woman who was just a hand's breadth from perishing. Ryan Elmsey and Taylor Atkinson arrived at the Interstate I-35 pass in the northwest Indiana, where a woman was threatening to jump. The bridge over a series of railroad tracks was flanked by sidewalks and a chain-link fence. As Atkinson and Elmsey arrived, the woman was already making her way down the other side of the fence, at which point the two men began begging her not to jump. When it was clear she wasn't stopping, Helmsy sprinted over to the fence, mounted it, and grabbed the woman's hand. However, she let go her hand. With nothing but air separating her feet from a 30-foot drop on the loose rock and steel tracks, Atkinson arrived seconds later and grabbed her other arm. They held on like this for several minutes until a fire truck that had arrived under the overpass was able to provide a bucket to lower the woman into. They completely pulled their well-being aside to go over that fence and hang on, said LaPorte Police Chief Paul Brennan. She was begging to them to let go. They would not do that. The chain link fence was installed there to protect potential suicidal people, and since its placement years ago, there haven't been any calls. Atkinson said he was surprised when he heard one attempt to jump. The two were honored by the police department with special commendations and the occasional use monkier of Spider-Man for their comic book rescue. Now turning to animal interest news. A couple of beautiful puppies have found a new home after a difficult start to life. Workers at an animal shelter in Jackson, Michigan were shocked when in early September they found a pair of Snow White Husky puppies in their animal shelter. Security footage showed a pickup truck arriving at the Jackson County animal shelter fence and dropping the two animals. One male and one female over the fence. At 6 months old, Ryder and Rain should have been around 25 to 30 pounds, but weighing in just 8 pounds and 11 pounds respectively. However, things soon began to look up for the siblings, who managed to move up to a healthy weight and recover their puppy energy before entering foster care. From suffering from neglect, malnutrition, and parasites, then being thrown over a fence, these two survivors are now ready to live their best life in a loving home. The shelter shared on social media. According to the shelter, the team ultimately found the person responsible for abandoning the dogs, with an investigation continuing. This is Joshua Show reporting for Youth Connect. That's it for me now. Send it back to you, Aiden.
I gotta say, Joshua, out of all of my news, I absolutely love the story about the Husky pups. I mean, it's always weird to me how people don't just donate them on the front desk, or at the front. But you know what? Some people may feel a little bit embarrassed because obviously it showed that he couldn't feed the animals because they were very malnourished. But I'm very, very happy that they got a home. Your other news was absolutely amazing as well. I'm really glad that the hiker was saved, and I'm really glad. Or I feel like everybody in this story should be awarded a medal, and they did. So honestly, let's keep this positive vibe up. Let's keep saving people. Guys, we got to keep the train moving. What's next? Who's the next person? Well, let's keep the train moving. And next up, we have Nibras. And Nibras is going to be bringing us some interesting entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm your host for the entertainment news. Let's get straight on top story. And that top story is about the latest box office projections for the Marvels provide a disappointing outlook for the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, even putting it well behind Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Despite quickly evolving into a cinematic juggernaut with few equals, the MCU has increasingly struggled to maintain the momentum of its early days since the release of 2019's Avengers Endgame. Though some later MCU movies would continue to achieve box office success, other franchise entries like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania would fall well short of their anticipated break-even point. So just to let you know what break-even points mean is it's about profit. So for example, if I have a budget of $40 and I invest $40 into my chocolate business, and I get around $45 of sales. That means I have a profit of $5. So I broke even into my sales. So I invested $40. I got a sale. People bought 45 chocolates from me. So I got $5 break even. So they didn't even break even. And so it's a loss. According to a new box office predictions provided by Box Office Pro, the Marvel's upcoming November 10th release is already facing a potential shortfall, with its initial domestic opening expected to generate between 50 million to 75 million, less than half of 153.4 million opening enjoyed by 2019's Captain Marvel. Further adding to the movie's predicted, pre-sales are down 69% behind the pace of those sold for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and 72% behind Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. What that means is predicted it's not even gonna go it's even worse than Ant-Man and the Quantumania. Basically, however, it is possible that the Marvels may come to surprise everyone and overcome the disappointing predictions regarding its November opening. Even if it does not manage to succeed at the box office, Marvel Studios and Disney are well aware that a movie's profitability does not merely end with ticket sales. Yes, that's true. With merchandising and future home video and streaming releases also on the horizon, it is unlikely these fortunate predictions will present any kind of external threat to the MCU as a whole. So that means is there is a prediction that the movie the Marvels on releasing November 10th will not do so good because the past movies like Thor, Ant-Man have not done so good. All Some of the movies have gotten a good box office hit, but some did not do so well. So the line. So let's see the level. Will they go up or will they go down? I predict they will go down. I don't think so. Therefore, and first time I'm predicting this, it won't be a good movie. I'm just predicting this. Anyways, let's see. November 10th. I'm a little excited for it, but let's see. Now to my second story. Now, before I go to my second story, I'd like to give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is drum roll, please. I've been waiting so many days to do this. And a fact of the day is, did you guys know Hawaiian pizza was created in Ontario, Canada? Yes, it was created by a Greek immigrant named Sam Panopoulos in 1962. Isn't that amazing? So I thought that Hawaiian pizza, pineapple pizza, was created like in the 1990s or early 2000. I didn't even know this, like 1962. So more than 50 years, more than that. So imagine that. Sadly, the inventor who created Hawaiian pizza in 1962 passed away in 2007. But anyways, I actually like Hawaiian pizza on pineapple on my pizza. If you like Hawaiian pizza, comment down below. And what's your favorite pizza? Mine is cheese pizza, normal cheese pizza, plain. And that's all for my fact of the day. Now to my second story. So my second story is, of course, a podcast. It is a fun podcast. So my perfect console. Simon Parkin is one of a very few journalists capable of writing about gaming with the depth, wit, and intelligence usually reserved for art and cinema. In this punchy series, he chats to celebrated people who have some connection to video games, asking them to pick 5 titles to put on their perfect consoles. Like, what's the best game out there? How games are made? What is the perfect console? And so many questions. So I do like this gaming podcast. So they just go in depth about how games are made, what are the favorite games, what happened there, how this game didn't do so good, what happened, all of these details. If you're a game fanatic, you should listen to this podcast. The podcast name is My Perfect Console. Again, My Perfect Console. And that's all from me. As always, this is Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to Aiden. Bye, guys. Thank you.
So you're telling me, Nibras, that Canadians made the Hawaiian pizza. The pineapple on pizza idea came from a Canadian.
And in 1962, like I said, I thought it was like in 2000. It was early. This was really recent, but no, it's so old.
But you know what? I gotta say, I am not very proud of owning the name of the Hawaiian pizza. I mean, a lot of people, like my mother, would fight against me on the fact that the Hawaiian pizza is actually not that bad. But to be honest, I'm just disappointed.
It's not that bad.
It's like putting pears on a pizza. It's weird. Don't put weird fruits on my pizza.
Let me ask you this: have you tried it?
Yes, I have, and it's really weird. It's the tanginess does not match the cheese. It kind of fits with the tomato, but the cheese just makes it wrong. And from what I heard, that turkey bacon is the way to go. Oh no. Ugh. You know what? It is interesting. And also on another fact, Nibras, I think that I'm gonna have to really think about it. Logan, do you like Hawaiian pizza? Do you think that it is a disgrace, or do you think that it's a good part of culture?
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
To be honest, I mean, to be honest, pineapple, I don't really like it to begin with. So
It does
throwing it
irritate
on
my
a
mouth.
pizza-
I could see that.
Joshua, what
Oh.
about you?
Yeah, Joshua, what do you think?
Hawaiian pizza?
Yeah, pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, that's what Mr. P said. I like
More
pineapple
pineapple.
pizza.
You like it? Yes.
Because I'm with Mr. P on this one.
Two for two. And it seems like a lot of people are very divided in the chat. I see that people like pineapple pizza. I see that people asking for more pineapple. I'm looking at you, my clit. Don't you be adding pineapples onto my pizza. Keep it away. I do not like pineapple. And Mr. P, do not be adding pineapples onto my pizza.
Let's move on.
I'm watching you, Mr. P. He's right over there. He can't escape my wrath. But seriously, guys, you know what? Interesting topics. Really good debate, Nibras. If you guys like pineapple on pizza, or if you don't like pineapple on pizza, comment down below. Now, guys, I'm going to keep the train moving because you know what? I don't think we don't have enough time to do my final gaming news, so I'll be bringing this one back around. But next up, we're going to keep the train moving, and next up is Logan for some cooking knowledge that he learned this week.
Hello, Youth Connect. I'm Logan, and for today's episode, I will be talking about fat, the nutrient of fat. And so, what do you think of when you hear the word fat? You probably associate it with something quite negative. But here I am to dispel that rumor. Fat is actually a super important nutrient for the body. So, some of the functions of fat is that it stores energy for your body, for instance. It's like a form of banking. Whenever you're out taking a jog and you need some energy, your fat will burn in order to create energy to keep your body moving. That's why whenever you work out, you typically hear people saying that you are burning your body fat. Another function of body fat is to keep your bodies warm during very cold weather. It also protects the insides of your bodies from harm. We all know how delicate your organs can be, and even with the protection of, say, your bones, your muscles, that's still not enough, and your body fat will actually provide additional protection. And it also provides our bodies with essential fatty acids that cannot be found in food. So, while everything that I just pointed out shows that fat is a very important nutrient for the body and is in no way just completely bad, it is still very important that one regulates the amount of fat that they take from their food, that they make sure they're eating an adequate amount daily, as too much could still be quite bad for your health. It's also important they understand that the types of fats that you're eating, as some are certainly more healthier than others. I will go over those right now. So there are 3 types of fat. The first one that I'll talk about is unsaturated fat. These are plant fats. They come from plants, and they are considered the healthiest form of fat and is very good for maintaining your cholesterol. Unsaturated fats can be found in many plant-based oils such as olive oil or peanut oil, as well as many produce such as avocados, nuts, seeds, and they can even be found in dark chocolate. So, the second form of fat that I'll talk about is saturated fats. This is what you most typically associate with fats. It comes from animals, typically like livestock, and it doesn't really share the same health benefits as unsaturated fat. It is not as healthy. So, if you want to choose one of the two, definitely recommend you have more unsaturated fats in your body. So, saturated fats can be found mostly in meats like beef or pork or chicken, or in dairy products such as milk, yogurt, and butter. And the last form of fats that I would talk about are trans fats. Now, this is something that I just recently learned this week. Trans fats are actually not a natural form of fat, they are artificially made and implemented in other fats like unsaturated fats or saturated fats, and they are super unhealthy for you. In fact, trans fats are actually banned in Canada completely, which really surprised me to hear. As such, trans fats can most typically be found in junk food products outside of the country, mostly in the US, to I'm sure nobody's surprise. So, in conclusion, I hope that what I said at the beginning of this episode kind of dispelled the rumor that fats are very bad for the body. They're super important, but there are some caveats. You gotta, of course, be careful about how much fats you're eating and what kind of fats you're eating. So, anyway, that's all for today. Healthy eating, and I'll bring it back to you, Aiden.
I gotta say, I'm pretty shocked that trans fats have been banned in Canada. Did you guys know that like trans fats go all the way into pie crusts? Pie crusts have trans fats in them. The crust has trans fat? Oh no! Don't even get me started then. What about the filling? The filling's gonna have tons of it. But if the pie crust has it, I don't think I could have anything. There's pie crust, shortenings, cake mixes, fried chicken, ice cream, non-dairy creamers, popcorn, ground beef. What? Even my ground beef? Oh no. But you know what, guys? There are very good fats like unsaturated fats. And you know what? There are some saturated fats. Well, I feel like we should be focusing on the non-saturated fats. But thank you, Logan. You know what? Now I know. I didn't even know that trans fats are banned in Canada. But that's amazing to know. That's why our food tastes so different compared to our other places around the world. Anyways, though, guys, this has been the end of our Youth Connect episode. Now, guys, I just want to say, I know it's pretty shocking to not have Jeffrey say the final part, but guys, if you like Youth Connect, I need you to do 3 things for me and maybe even a secret one. I need you to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to hit the notification bell.
It was a war between Nibras and Joshua.
Nibras, I beat you to it, didn't I?
I know. I thought no one's gonna say it. But anyway.
All right, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. You know what? For some of our people in our community, we will see you guys tomorrow. But other than that, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Do something fun. Spend time with family. Enjoy your life. And we will see you all next time. Thank you so much to my co-hosts, Logan, Joshua, and Nibras, and of course, Kevin from afar. And we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.